Let's talk about the kind of pages you should be building on your website if you want to get recommended by large language models like ChatGPT. So when someone goes to one of these large language models and asks for a recommendation, it's almost always going to search the internet. Now, for some prompts in some industries, it's mostly going to look at third-party websites. But a lot of times it's going to reference content on your site or your competitor's site. So if you have the kind of content it's looking for on your website, you can significantly improve your chances of being recommended. So if someone goes to ChatGPT and they just ask for the best service or the best product that you offer, ChatGPT will often reference top 10 lists or top 20 lists. So somewhere on your website, for each product or service you offer, you want to have the best X lists, where X is the product or service. And of course, you're going to list yourself number one and then put some other competitors behind that. Or if you want to be kind of tricky about it, you can list people who aren't really your competitors. Now, if you're in a more competitive industry, you might want to subdivide that further and do best X for Y list, where Y is a specific demographic, use case, or service area. There's going to be less searches for these, but they're far less competitive, and ChatGPT loves these super specific lists. So if you have a system for making them quickly, they're well worth the effort. Next, if someone's going to ChatGPT to help them decide which company or product to go with, comparison articles are highly referenced. So on your website, you should have a page for each competitor. If you're already well known in your industry, these can be you versus competitor. If you're lesser known, then this can be competitor alternatives, where you list yourself as the number one alternative. You can also do similar article comparing your own products to other products that you carry, or comparing different options for one of your services. Large language models love these comparison articles and they cite them a lot. And finally, if someone is going to ChatGPT and asking specifically about your brand, FAQ pages rank really well. So you should have one giant FAQ page about your company and then one for each of your services. Now, because there's so many ways to subdivide your services and target different demographics or areas or competitors, it's likely you'll want to create dozens or even hundreds of pages. And it's important that each of these pages is actually unique, helpful, and high quality. And that's why the first thing we do for every client is set up a brand ambassador and a workflow that can create these pages the way that you would write them yourself.